Welcome back. This is part 2 of the section 4.2 Introduction to Chemical Reactions video. And we're just simply going to do the practice questions here. Hopefully you had a chance to at least start the first one. So, just going to cover up some of these so we can go one at a time here. So if we take a look here, we have, to keep track, we have one of the phosphoruses, and on the right hand side you can see we have two. So 1 and 2. Oxygen, over here we have 2, and over here we have 5. Okay, so that should be the starting point. Also, lining up the P's, lining up the O's, it seems kind of redundant, but you know what, it really helps you to really see what's being balanced and what's not. So if we look at this, we're short phosphorus on this side, so put a 2 in front. And then, so that'll give me, I'll just do that. Cross that out. Write in a 2 now, so 2 and 2 I've got. And you don't have to bother erasing, you just do a line through the number like I did and replace it with the new one. And now we can see, oh, we have an issue here. We have 2 and we have 5 here. So I could put a fraction here, but it's better to use whole numbers. So we have to look at, okay, what do 2 and 5 both go into? The lowest common multiple. And of course, that is 10. So I'm going to make 10 and 10 here. 10. 10. And of course in the equation here to make 10, I'm going to have to put a 5 here. 5 times 2 is 10. And over here, 2 times 5 is 10. And of course that's going to change the number of phosphoruses. Phosphoruses. So we can see here we're going to have, in fact, 4 over there. We're going to have to get 4. So over here, we've got to go back and change this into a 4. And yes, we did have 4 here as well, so we're going to have to cross that out and indicate that we have 4. Okay, so 4 and 4, 10 and 10. There you have it. That's the process. Now, of course, I'm going at this really slow just to make sure it's in the video here, so you can always go back and see if you have any difficulty. You can come back and see how it was done. Okay, down here, of course, we can see we have 2 phosphorus on the left, 2 oxygens on the left, and, or sorry, hydrogens on the left and 1 oxygen. Over on the right, we have 1 and 1 and 1. Okay, so we can see here we're going to have 2 potassiums here, so put a 2 in front of there. And of course that's going to change that, that, and that. So if we take a look, I'm not sure what happened here. Here we go. So I'm going to have 2 and 2 and 2. Okay, so I'm okay with the K's, okay with the 2's, and lo and behold, I missed something out here. Originally I had 2 oxygens on the left, and it's nice that I have that, because guess what? It's all balanced out now. 2 K's, 2 K's. 1 plus 1 is 2 O's, 2 O's. 2 H's, 2 H's, we're good to go. Okay, this next one. Now you can see here we have a sulfate group, SO4, SO4. It remains together, so we can treat that as one big group. So 1 aluminum, 2 potassiums, 3 bromine, and 1. Okay, so 1 aluminum, 2 potassium, 3 bromine, 1 sulfate. If I look over here, I got 2 ALs, 1 K, 1 BR, and 3 sulfate groups. So 2 AL, 1 K, 1 BR, 3 sulfates. Okay, So let's take a look here. Aluminum, we need to have 2, so put a 2 in front. Easy enough. So cross that out, and we now have 2 aluminums. Okay, so we're good there. And if we look carefully here, 2 times 3 bromides, we now have 6 bromides. So let's change that. Okay, moving down the list here. Potassium, I need to have 2 on the right hand side. So put a 2 in front, and that's going to give me my 2. Okay, we're good there. And it's also going to give me 2 bromides. So I'll put a 2 there. And that, of course, is going to be a problem because I have 6 bromides on this side, and I need to have 6 bromides on that side. So that's all right. We're going to have to change this to a 6, which will change this to a 6 down here for bromide. And, of course, that's going to make 6 Ks. So go back, change that to a 6. So 6 bromides, 6 potassiums. So to get 6 potassiums on this side, for every potassium sulfate here, you can see I have 2 Ks. So if I put a 3 in front of there, that's going to give me my 6 potassium. So cross that out. And I now have 6. Okay, so far so good. So far so good, I mean. And look at this. I'll have 3 groups of sulfate. And son of a gun, that's what I needed to get. It all works out. It all comes out in the wash. So 3 sulfates. So 2 aluminums, 2 aluminums. 6 bromides, 6 bromides. 6 potassiums, 6 potassiums. 3 sulfates, 3 sulfates. Look at that, it worked out. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get you to pause the video. You go ahead, try to do D, E, F, and then come back in, press play, and see how you made out. Okay, if you had a chance to at least try those 3, let's take a look at what we got here. Again, we have a group here. We have a polyatomic group, OH and OH, so we can get away with treating it as one big group. Let's see here. We have 1 iron, 1 sodium, 3 chloride, and 1 hydroxide group. And so 1, 3, 1, 1. Over on this side we have 1 iron group, 1 sodium, 1 chloride, and 3 hydroxide groups. Okay, so we're good with the iron, we're good with the sodium. Chloride, though, I'm going to have to do something here. I need 3, I have 1, so put a 3 over here. And that will give me the 3 chlorides that I need. But it's also going to give me 3 sodiums. So I'm going to have to go back over here, and I need to somehow make 3 sodiums. So if I look over here, I'm going to have to put a 3 in front of there. That's also going to give me 3 hydroxide groups. So cross that out. And again, lo and behold, look at that. I needed to have 3 hydroxide groups to balance it out. So 1 iron, 3 chlorides, 3 chlorides, 3 sodiums, 3 sodiums, 3 hydroxides, 3 hydroxides. It all works out. Okay, the last few here. Let's look at this one. Silver. We have 1 silver. We have 1 sulfur. Again, NO3. NO3 remains as a group, so we can treat it like a group. And 2 hydrogens. And on the right, 1 silver, 1 sulfur, 1 nitrate, and 1 hydrogen. So it's close to having it all balanced out, but unfortunately it is not quite balanced. Oh, and up here, shoot, I actually have 2 silvers, as you can see. Okay, so I'm going to have 2 silvers on this side. Put a 2 in front of there. So that's going to give me my 2 silvers, but it's also going to give me 2 nitrate groups. So there we go, 2 nitrates. So of course I'm going to have to come up with 2 nitrates on this side by putting a 2 in front of there. So 2 nitrates, and that's also going to change what I have here for hydrogens, and it's going to change it into 2. And guess what? I needed to get that because if you look on the left hand side, I needed 2 hydrogens. So 2 silver, 2 silver, 2 nitrates, 2 nitrates, 2 hydrogens, 2 hydrogens, 1 sulfur, 1 sulfur. Okay. Last one here. Now I have to be careful. NH4 comes NH3, so I can't treat the ammonium as a big group. I have to treat it separately because of that. It gets broken up. Also careful here. I have 2 nitrogens and 2 groups of 4. 2 times 4 is 8 hydrogens, 1 carbon, and 3 oxygens. And on the right hand side I have 1 nitrogen, 1 carbon, 3, 4, 5 hydrogens, and 1, 2, 3 oxygens. Okay, so starting with nitrogen, I put a 2 in front of here. I will have the number of nitrogens I need. It's going to change the number of hydrogens. So if you take a look there, that gives me 2 nitrogens and a total of 6, 7, 8 hydrogens there. And oh my gosh, look at that. That's all I needed to do. 2, 1, 8, 3, 2, 1, 8, 3. 2 nitrogens, 2 nitrogens. 6, 7, 8 hydrogens. 8 hydrogens, 1 carbon, 1 carbon, 3 O's, 1, 2, 3 O's. Look at that, it all worked out. Way easier than I thought it would be. Okay, so hopefully that was enough practice. If we look here, the questions I would like you to do, I've highlighted. So here, there's a verbal statement here. Nitrogen dioxide, NO2, is an air pollutant formed from automobile exhaust. The toxic gas can be prepared in the laboratory by adding copper metal to a solution of nitric acid, HNO3. The other reaction products are water and copper 2 nitrate. So we answer these questions about that right there. Number 4, why are coefficients but not subscripts sometimes changed? So why is it that I can't change these over here? Why can't I just put a little 2 right here after aluminum? Okay. And then, let's see, we did these 6 together. So I have these ones here. And you'll find that for the most part, they're fairly straightforward. Okay, so I would, again, piece a loose leaf, write that all out, and then go from there. Okay, we'll see you again.